Good day, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. For those that don't know me, my name is Dex Murphy, a transformational coach with over 7 years of sobriety, working with men and specifically fathers to break free from their addiction, their addictive patterns, into a sober life of purpose and empowerment. And today I'm jumping on to talk about something really real, which is staying sober over the holidays. And whether you're already in your recovery, your sober journey, or you're just taking a break from drinking, or you're trying to make that decision to get and stay sober, this time of year can feel like walking through a minefield. All the parties, the family stress, all those old traditions that might revolve around drinking, I get it. But here's the thing, not only can you get through this season sober, but actually enjoying yourself. So today I'm jumping on to offer up 4 practical strategies that have not only helped me, but countless others that I've worked with get through this holiday season enjoying themselves, but most importantly, protecting their sobriety. These aren't just feel good tips, these are real strategies that work. So let's jump in. Tip number 1 to stay sober through the holidays is set yourself up a plan of action ahead of time. If you're truly committed to staying sober through the holidays, then be committed ahead of time to prepare a little plan of action. I know for me, in the early days before I got sober, everything around the holidays was focused around drinking. Every party, every gathering, every event was always focused around drinking. It was very difficult without a plan of action to get through the other side sober, even though there was many years where I wanted to. So in my early days, I really started putting together a successful plan of action, and I've helped others with putting together a plan of action to get through this time without needing to take a drink. And so what does that look like? So you might have a lot of events that you've been invited to or gatherings that you need to attend, family gatherings, just commitments where there's going to be drinking. So look at everything that you might be invited to and what's coming up, and look at those things that you can just respectfully say no to and not attend without feeling guilty. And don't feel bad about saying no. Say, thank you for the invite. I'm not going to make it this year. I love you, and I'll see you next time. And when you're saying no to that, you're actually saying yes to yourself, and you're making your sobriety more important than needing to attend something. And so get used to saying no and don't feel bad about it. Let go of that guilt. And then for those events that you do need to show up for, have a little bit of a plan around this too, and a plan of action like an exit strategy that allows you to go to these events and attend, but also allows you to leave before you get too triggered or before the booze really start flowing and the party's raging, right? So that might look like, hey, thanks for the event. I'll be there for dinner, but I got to leave early because I have a commitment the next day. Thanks for the invite. Can't wait to see you. Love you. Bye. Whatever that is, but set yourself up with these exit strategies that allows you to leave the party without feeling bad or raising eyebrows. And another thing at these events, 2 strategies is have something in mind to say to somebody when they ask you, what do you want to drink? Can I pour you a glass? That's how it is when you walk in, right? Everybody wants to begin to get you something from the bar or pour you a glass of wine, whatever it is. And just have something in mind like, hey, thanks a lot. I'm just going to have a ginger ale. I got an early commitment tomorrow. I got to hit the gym. I'm not drinking tonight. Might raise some eyebrows, but if you have something in your mind to say to them, it's going to put them off and it's going to make you feel stronger in order to get through. And on that note, take a step further and go grab a ginger ale. Grab a club soda with lime and orange juice, whatever it is. Because when you have something in hand that's non-alcoholic, more often than not, people assume that it's got alcohol in it and they're not even going to ask you. So it takes that pressure off. And just confidently sit there and say, hey, I'm having my ginger ale and I'm not drinking tonight, and feel good about it. So, yeah, these are some practical tips around the parties and events that can get you through. Now, outside of that, if you are in recovery, going to 12-step meetings or online support groups, or you're working with a therapist or a coach, make sure that you're tuning in with these things and attending ahead of time, checking in before these events in order to kind of tap back into your why and get some support around what might be coming up for you, what triggers might be coming up, and just get that extra shield as you go to these events and you can get through. So whatever it is, kind of look at your life and what will work and put together this plan of action that will set you up for success and get you through the other side of the holidays without drinking. Tip number 2 on staying sober through the holidays is have your support system in place ahead of time. So what can this look like? Maybe you're in recovery and you're going to 12-step meetings, or you're hitting online sober support groups, or you're working with a therapist, or your coach, or a sober coach. Whatever that is, as you go through the holidays, have these people and these things closer around you so you can be supported in the triggering moments. So if it is 12-step meetings or online support groups, make sure you're hitting plenty of meetings and that you have the available schedule and locations on hand where you can run out and hit these things during this time. I've found for myself that attending more meetings or checking in with more people just gives me that extra boost of support and confidence that I need to get through these times. And don't be afraid to ask for your help. So if it's your sponsor that you're working with, or your coach or your therapist, be like, hey, I'm going into this event or this family gathering. It might be super triggering. Can I have you on hand? Can I send you a text, call you if things get a little tough? And more often than not, these people are willing and able to help you get through these times. Also, look for these trusted family members and friends that you can lean into during these moments or during this event. Be like, hey, I'm not drinking this year. I really need you to support me. Please don't offer me any drinks. If I need to lean into you and talk to you, can you step out with me? Just whoever these people are, identify them and get them on board to be part of your support system during this time. And another thing is, super helpful tip for me was always to bring a sober friend with me to events. This always felt like, that wingman, instead of like a drinking wingman, it was just a sober friend wingman. And to have somebody that's on the same playing field with the same commitment as you to stay sober is super important and really powerful to have by your side. So find that person, invite them, and bring them along. And this will help you get through. So whatever it is that you feel will be supportive, just add it into your support system and have this in place going into the holiday season. Tip number 3 of staying sober during the holidays is to manage the holiday stress proactively. I know for me, it wasn't just all of the events that I was at and the festivities that led to drinking, but it was also the levels of stress that caused my need to drink. So, how did I learn to manage this stress as I entered into the holiday season? Was to have a super strong daily practice that set me up for success, where I was moving my body, that I was tuning in and doing some meditation, some journaling, hitting meetings, talking to my sponsor, and working through all those things that kept the stress levels up. I would work on those things to bring the stress levels down, and really bringing in a gratitude practice to keep me in a sense of gratitude and not tip over to that realm of stress. And also have yourself a grounding practice that you can tune into at any moment where that stress starts to arise, whether it's at an event or just any moment, and that you step outside and you just ground in, breathing practice, a little bit of a release practice to relieve that stress. And also set firm boundaries. As I said in the first tip, choose those events or those places that you don't need to be, and set firm boundaries, and set firm boundaries with friends and family ahead of time. Know those ones that are going to be difficult, those that are going to be encouraging you to drink, and set those firm boundaries. Be like, hey, I'm not drinking, and speak it ahead of time. And in those moments, do not be afraid to say no. I said, if you're saying no to somebody or something, you're saying yes to yourself. So have firm boundaries as you go through this holiday season, just to manage that stress to the point where you don't need to drink or use to drown that out. Another thing that might help is the financial stress that comes. Set yourself up a budget. I know for me, like, all the expenditure that came with the holiday season led to stress. So set yourself up a budget and stick to that budget that doesn't bring extra stress and maybe the extra need to drink. Tip number 4 for staying sober through the holidays is to remember your why. As things get difficult and you're entering into the holiday season and you want to stay sober, come back to your why. Why are you sober in the first place? Why are you desiring to take a break from drinking? Why are you wanting to make the decision to get sober? What is it that's really motivating you? That you're making a life of change, that you're tired of always being hungover and groggy and never present, or whatever you do and you're drinking, you're done with it and you want to change. Come back and really anchor that in as you enter this holiday season, and anchor it in every day. So upon awakening every day, my recommendation during this time specifically is to bring your why at the forefront of every day, and set your intention for each day as, I'm not going to drink just today. And day by day, if you keep it in the day, you will get through the other side and not drink and still have fun. And in this, look at all your progress and achievements so far and bring that into that awareness. Like, this is my why, and this is all that's coming with it. So let that be your fuel and your momentum to get you on the other side of this holiday season and not drink. So thanks for tuning in and watching today. I really hope that this video gave you some practical guidance and tools that you can use to really ground in your decision to stay sober and get through the holiday season without drinking. And remember, this doesn't have to be about white knuckling it to get through the other side. This can really be an opportunity for you to honor a new version of you and to redefine who you are and what the holidays mean to you. So if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button below and subscribe for more content like this around addiction, alcoholism, personal growth, and transformation. And if you found something that really stuck out to you, please leave a comment below. I'd love to open up some dialogue. And maybe you have somebody that you know that's struggling during this holiday season. Feel free to share this video. I hope they find it helpful. Most importantly, I'm wishing you a very merry, happy holiday season and lots of love. Thanks for watching.